What's up, guys? What's going on? I'm Paul. This is Paul Theology's Daily Devotional, and we are going through the book of Exodus. We're in Exodus chapter 5, verses 5 through 8. Exodus chapter 5, verses 5 through 8. I did say we was going to go and do a couple of series, but I caught myself speaking about the whole thing while we were going through it. That's why the video is a little longer. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. And this is also maybe a little longer because it's a couple more verses than I usually go through. You know, I try and break it down so that we can go through it a little verse by verse and take just little short moments. But man, there was so much going on in that one. In the last episode, I just kept going and going and going. And this one may be the same way. But in any sense, man, if you haven't read it yet, go ahead and stop the tape, check it out, see what it has to say, read it, come back, and we're going to answer some questions. If you have read it, then we're going to go ahead and jump into it, dive right on into it. What's happening? Well, we've got Moses and Aaron going up to Pharaoh, telling them to let the people go. Pharaoh's like, nah, I don't know this Yahweh you talking about. That ain't happening. And so Moses and Aaron, they leave. And after they leave, it said that day, that moment, Pharaoh decreed a decree. And he says that they're going to push and work and torment and toil the Hebrew people even more so now, since Moses went up and talked to Pharaoh about it. He says the way that they used to get stuff ain't happening. Now they got to get it themselves. It's like, don't supply them all the things that they need to build the bricks. And then not only that, don't even reduce the quota of the bricks that they have to make. He's pushing it on them, man. And it starts out by saying because they increased. And so the same way that the old Pharaoh back then had tried to hurt the power of the Hebrews, the will of the Hebrews, the strength of the Hebrews by adding more work to them, the same Pharaoh's taken from the same playbook, and he's doing the same thing. He heard that that they want to leave. Well, they ain't leaving, man. Matter of fact, they're going to have to work harder. They're going to have to work harder. So what's this say about God? I think what it says is that God calls us to follow him, but that doesn't mean it ain't going to be hard. And so it's kind of about man, but in a sense, it's about God, because in sense, it's going to test the faith of the people. And then B, it's going to build the character of the people. But this is not above God to use the struggles and the toil and the pain of our suffering, so that we are drawn closer to him and our character is made more perfect. This is what God is doing. Now, we see it because of the overall sense of what's happening, to call them to a people through suffering. But that freedom comes through this. When God gives freedom, it ain't always just easy peasy. It takes some faith in walking with God. And so naturally, like I said, that goes into what is being said about mankind. And it says that the people of God must endure suffering. Paul says it like this. He says that I count it as joy. He said to suffer in this. Man, he says like this suffering is a privilege, knowing who we're suffering for, which is the King of all kings. But in order, and I feel like I'm a sports coach or something, man. He's like, in order to gain greatness, we have to suffer to get there. Like the term, no pain, no gain, no pain, no gain. And so in the same sense, as we seek to follow Christ, as we seek to glorify Yahweh, man, it comes with pain, it comes with struggles. But in the end, the glory of God is going to be shown and our good will be had, because the freedom of the people will be made here. They will be free from Pharaoh, but then also God's glory will be displayed before Pharaoh. The last episode, we talked about how Pharaoh's like, I don't know this God, but at the end of this session, because of what's been happening, he will know his name. He will know his name. So how do we apply these truths to our lives? I think it's to remember that as God calls us to something, to be prepared, to be ready to suffer for his glory. And I don't want you to be unaware that this is what happens as we follow Christ. And I think that's something that we should also remember to do as we witness, because that's a lot of things that I've been trying to do here. That's a big thing, is push upon you the necessity to share the gospel. But in doing so, I want to let you know it's going to be hard, because anytime we do anything for the glory of God, man, there's going to be pushback because this world is full of sin. But also, as we tell others about the goodness and the glory of God, to not let them be unaware that, man, there may be some pain involved in this. But the love and the kingdom are worth it. They're worth it. Hey, I appreciate you guys for listening, and I will see you in the next episode.